this is Shannon here with Adulting with Shannon. I'm so glad you guys are here for part 2 of our series of what it looks like to be a good friend. So if you haven't checked out part 1, go check that out after this video. So don't wait for people to be friendly. Show them what it looks like. If you're waiting for somebody to say hi, if you're waiting for somebody to reach out, if you're waiting for somebody to invite you, waiting for this, waiting for that, waiting for this, waiting for that, you are going to be waiting for a long time. The Bible says that in order to have friends, you must show yourself friendly. Let's talk about that. What does that mean? What does that look like? So number 1, call or text just to see how the person's doing. Your calls and your texts shouldn't always be because you need something. When you're calling somebody and they look at the phone and they're like, oh great, so-and-so, I wonder what they need. That is a bad reputation to have. I'm sure you have friends or people in your life that are like that, and that is not what you want to be. What I do is I schedule in my calendar different people to call or text just to say something encouraging, to see how they're doing, just to check in on them. What I do it is I have a long list of people and I chunk it up into groups and I rotate them. Well, for an example, I'll reach out and say, hey Kayla, how's it going? How is it being a new mom? How's your baby doing? I saw you do this, this, and this. Gosh, you're such a good mom. You have so much together. So proud of you. Blah, 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 blah. Something like that. Be encouraging, be uplifting, be real, be genuine. People can sniff out a fake. Don't say things, oh, I like your dress, when you really don't. Don't be like that. Real and genuine with your encouragement. Reach out to people and let them know, hey, I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I'm just trying to see how you're doing. There are going to be times in your life when you're going to need people, when you're going to be down and out, when the tables are turned. So what I'm saying is don't be the boy that called wolf. Don't always be needy. Don't always be wanting something. Be that person. Send out that encouragement. Send out that love, and it will come back to you when you need it. Number 2. Pick something up at the store for them. You're at the store anyway, you see something little, thinking about someone, you know that they're going through a hard time, maybe their marriage isn't great, their kids are kind of a mess, you know that maybe their kids are sick, they just puked all over the place, or whatever it is. Make some chicken noodle soup, pick up something for them. If you don't have resources, you don't have extra money, you can make something. Making some cookies. Save a couple extra for them. Be constantly thinking about other people and how you can be a blessing to their life. Let's say you're so down and out, you don't even have a lot of food for yourself, but you know that their house is kind of a mess right now, and you know they got a lot of kids, whatever. Go over and help them clean. Go over there and help them do the dishes. There are so many ways that you could be a blessing into somebody's life. And like I talked about in part 1, it's gonna require you to be selfless and require you to give of your time and some of your resources. Being a good friend is not easy. It doesn't come easy. It's not always fun. It's very self-sacrificing. This is why there's not very many good friends out there. People are very self-absorbed and they're very consumed with their own life and their own agenda. Everybody's out there searching for a good friend. Everybody wants to find that. Everybody wants to find this great friend in their life. But maybe, just maybe, if you turn that focus around and you focus on being that good friend, focus on investing in other people and stop being so consumed with yourself. Ouch! I know, I'm sorry. It's gonna come back to you and it's gonna be so incredibly rewarding. I promise you. So number 3, be intentional about your time with them. So busyness can take over our whole life. All of a sudden, like one day turns into the next, and a week turns into the next, and a month into the next, and we haven't hung out with anybody. We haven't invested in anybody. We haven't done anything for anybody else. We've just been living our own life in our own little bubble, doing our own little thing. We haven't been uplifting, encouraging, or spent any time with these people that we call our friends. So it's really, really important. Set aside time. This you're going to have to be super, super intentional with. Schedule a time. Anytime people say, hey, you want to hang out? If I say to that person, sure, yeah, I'll let you know. That means I probably don't really want to hang out with them. I probably shouldn't say this. Just kidding, guys. But I'm usually like, yeah, sure, let me get on my calendar. Okay, what time do you want to hang out? If you don't set a time, if you don't be intentional about, hey, let's get together on Tuesday at noon, you're not gonna do it. It doesn't happen because people have the best intentions, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, so you gotta be intentional. And then also, if you plan something with somebody, try not to be a flake. Try to keep that commitment. There are so many times, probably most of the time, I make a plan with somebody and the day before or a couple hours before, I'm thinking, I'm tired. I have all this other stuff to do. I need to do this. I need to do that. My kids got this going on. I got this going on, and I want to back out. Don't be that person. When you get together, it can be so uplifting. You know, maybe you don't need it, but maybe they need your friendship. This is not all about you. Being a good friend, unfortunately, is not all about you. Being a good friend is not all about you. I know, I'm being super harsh. Being a good friend, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but it's not about you. It's about them. So if you're going to make a plan with somebody, unless you're dying or there's some major emergency, don't back out. Keep your commitments. Stick to it. 9 times out of 10, when I wasn't feeling it and I didn't want to do it, I left that time together either feeling super uplifted and just encouraged myself, or encouraged because I knew that made a huge difference for that other person. Having an outward focus is definitely going to help you be a little less flaky. Okay, so last but not least, cry when they cry and rejoice when they rejoice. If you have multiple friendships or just friendships in general, bank on that your friend is going to go through something devastating, something really hard. It's so natural and so part of human nature just to want to kind of back off. Maybe their parent dies, maybe they lose their spouse. Something major happens and we don't quite know how to deal with it, or maybe we don't want to say the wrong thing, we don't know what to say, so we just kind of back off a little bit. This is horrible. This is one of the worst things that you could do. Not only are they grieving over whatever loss or whatever tragedy happened, but now they have to grieve over losing you. Don't be so selfish. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's not going to be uplifting for you. Yes, it's going to require a lot of raw and hard emotions and maybe bad feelings that you don't want to deal with. But again, it's not about you. It's about them. And when they cry, have empathy. Put yourself in their shoes and think, if I was there, how would I feel? If I was there, what would I need? Well, how would I be? Now, I'm not saying be annoying. I'm not saying, yes, there's a place to give them space. Yes, all that. But be there for them. Be that friend that when they come out of it, they can be like, because of so-and-so, it helped me. And I was able to make it through. I'm not saying that you need to be their God or be their savior. But God brings people in our life to bring us closer to Him. So be that person. Be a good friend and encourage them when they might be going through the most hellish, worst situation of their life, that you don't abandon them, and make it worse. Okay, so on the flip side, rejoice when they rejoice. Maybe their life is going great. And maybe your life is not. Maybe they just got a new house. Maybe they just got a new car. They had a baby. Well, you're not able to have kids, or you're stuck in debt and you're stuck in debt and you don't have a home and you're not doing good financially. Whatever the situation is, again, it's not about you. Don't get jealous. Don't go into this pity party. This causes so much damage with friendships. Rejoice when they are rejoicing. This is about them. Be happy, genuinely happy for them. Even if this is something that you've always wanted, something that maybe you prayed about, something that you've wished for, hoped for, and You always wanted it and now they have it. Separate it. Okay, so lastly, don't take your friends for granted. Don't take people for granted. People come and go. People aren't always going to be in your life. So take the opportunity now to be the best kind of friend that you can be. It's a major sacrifice. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you your time, your resources, pieces of your heart. The sacrifice is worth it. For nothing else, you're going to grow as a person. You will become a better person for this. And there's so many benefits, but if you go into it just wanting to be a blessing, wanting to invest in other people's lives, your life is not going to be the same after this. Do an experiment. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Do an experiment for yourself. Give yourself 1 year. Invest like crazy into people. Love like crazy. Listen, apply all of these tips 1 year and see where your life is. And if it doesn't work out, it was just 1 year out of 90 years you're gonna live. You'll be okay, you'll recover. But I guarantee you, you're not gonna be the same after it. So take the 1 year challenge, see where your life ends up. I'm so excited for you. Let me know how it goes. Let me know also in the comments below, what is your experience with people? What are some of your greatest tips? Obviously, this isn't a very balanced video. I could go all into toxic people and people that you need to cut out of your life, environment, situations that you should not put yourself into. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about normal, healthy people, investing in normal, healthy people. So if there are toxic, unhealthy people in your life, yes, write them off, move on. You don't need that. Life is too short for that. And I'm gonna do a whole nother video just on that topic. I hope that this helped you guys. I hope this benefited you guys in some way. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.